Hello everybody. Those are the results of my virtual mobility grant related to how to regenerate social capital in a post-pandemic context for the future age-friendly communities. I wanted to study the impact on older people's social capital during the COVID-19 crisis. The methodology of the virtual mobility was a bibliographical desk research and a small survey with the Delphi method for experts, both involved in the cost action and not. Literature on social capital during the pandemic focused on obstacles and difficulties, but also on elements of innovation of local welfare. Focus also on the generative purpose of the older adults transition in relation to the young generations, the passage of witness and material and moral inheritance for the new generation who will have to carry the word forward, and focus also on the development of an age-friendly virtual space. 51 experts responded to the online survey. 70% of them are from European countries, and 30% of them are from countries non-European. Most of the experts involved are from research academia, others from the health services, and a minority from architecture, design, and urban technology fields. The problems most affecting age-friendly communities are isolation and rare contacts with friends and relatives. Are also reported psychological problems and difficulties to get information on the crisis and to reach psychosocial services. Isolated life negatively affected old persons' physical and psychological health, with difficulties in approaching health and care services. Regarding the aspect to improve older persons' social capital after the pandemic, the ECT area is the first objective. Engagement and participation of both generations is also something to empower. The proximity of network is also important. Public spaces should be increased with accessible distance and a widespread culture of healthcare and reciprocity. The survey asked if experts noticed some good innovation and practices related to solidarity nets after the pandemic, and around 60% of them said yes. Responded highlighted four main areas and different topics. The first one is the reorganization of service institutions. The second one is about the ECT innovation. A third aspect is related to the voluntary activation. And finally, it's important the innovation in culture. So those are the final result of my virtual mobility and are the advice for regenerate social capital in age-friendly community. The first aspect is to redesign a community-oriented care for elders, including new spaces and methodology, a local strategic planning approach, the family involvement, and a prevention perspective. In this area, it's important also to regenerate trust. The second area is related to ECT innovation, including the digital gap reduction, attention to the health technology, and technology for prevent isolation of elder people. Then the relationship with young generation must be improved, focusing also on the generative transition of older adults, focusing on the cultural meaning of this transition. Then it's important to focus on the financial equality between generations and on the environment care related to the green sustainability and also to smart, age-friendly, accessible cities. Thank you for your attention.